Hi, I'm Mike McCormick here at GBTA's broadcast studio in Toronto, and I'm here with Peter Martin, Vice Chairman of FocusPoint International. Peter, welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
So tell me a bit, in these days, certainly in the environment today, things seem to be more volatile than ever, and we know how important business travel is to the economy at large. Mm-hmm. So how does FocusPoint approach that? What do you see? What can we be doing to make sure that we keep people traveling safe?
Right. Well, it's a big question. I mean, obviously, the world is not trending well, and we're seeing what's going on in various aspects. These incidents used to be few and far between, and now they're more frequent. The most important thing that we're really advocating is for organizations to truly understand the risk. It's very easy to get caught up in country risk ratings and to look at countries as a whole, but you really need to understand what the actual threats are within those environments. Quick example, if you look at Mexico right now, it's got a higher threat rating than Pakistan. But when you understand there's 71 million travelers that go through Mexico every year, right, business and tourism, and you look at the per capita ratios, you understand that Pakistan's really a much more higher threat environment. So digging through all of the data and the information to find out what the real threats are is the key.
So how do you move that to intelligence, like so that travelers are aware and safer? I mean, what are there programs that you're making available to make basically travelers travel more smart than they are today?
Absolutely. I mean, there's an absolute overwhelming amount of data that comes in. There's a lot of subscription services, but really all they're repackaging is open source data from the State Department, from the Government of Canada. So helping travelers understand and building out threat models within our organization for them so that we can tell them what are the real risks and then build realistic programs around those risks. That's key. If you're trying to mitigate everything, if you're trying to look at large amounts of risk all in one basket, it's almost impossible to digest. So sorting through it and making sure that you've got programs that address the realistic issues, that's the most important.
Yeah, we recently surveyed business travelers in North America, and they tell us that their biggest concern before traveling is 45% said terrorism, as opposed to 13% for street crime. And the likelihood of each of those happening and personally affecting you is just so obviously far in the inverse. How does that play into how you approach and work with your customers today?
So it highlights the importance of education. Education is the cornerstone of all duty of care programs. The media controls the narrative around terrorism. While it's a significant concern from our clients, the number one thing that we're dealing with are things as simple as car accidents. That's the number one killer of business travelers and tourists every year. Street crime, crimes of opportunity, and health issues, which often don't make the list of areas of concern, both people with pre-existing conditions or in areas where the healthcare isn't at a level that it can deal with issues that they might face.
Yeah, it kind of goes under the radar, right? You don't hear about those.
It really does.
Yeah.
So educating the clients to really understand what the various aspects of a real program are important and what the probabilities are of these incidents happening, and making sure your program addresses those probabilities, not just the overwhelming concerns that are put forth by the media.
Great stuff. Looking forward to talking more one-on-one on center stage here in Toronto tomorrow.
Appreciate the opportunity.
Peter Martin, thank you for being here, live from GBTA Broadcast Studio.